So somehow, I guess Prince must he was under the impression that may have mistaken him for a lawyer. So he says, "Now,
He
Your
was
Honor,"
suit. He had that suit he got now. Yeah, you been taking the suit he had on.
he says,
He was
"I ain't
telling
no
you.
lawyer, and you know that. Everybody knows that. I'm not no lawyer, but I have stood 2 trials with a lawyer and have stood in court with many other lawyers, and I may not know the legal thing that is needed to represent myself, but I know how to represent. I know how to present facts. And what I am more worried about with me and Miss Kelman is if we are into the 3rd week or the 6th week or the 2nd week of a trial of this magnitude, and I say, Miss Kelman, I think we should do something this way. If is she going to do it this way that I said, or is she going to do it her way? And I always thought that the lawyer represents the client and does what the client requests. And if it in the middle of the trial, my only right is an appeal. I guess for not pause for her not doing what I asked, but by then I will be convicted anyway. This is no guarantee, and more than anything else, is that she is a nice lady and everything. But me and Miss Kelman, she doesn't listen to me. Really, she really doesn't. She really don't listen to me, and maybe we don't understand each other, and that is the bottom line. We just probably don't understand each other, whatnot. When I speak to her, she think I'm giving orders when in reality I'm asking her to do something a certain way. And so I guess what I'm trying to say is that that real is that considering the tape recording, especially I don't want nobody to think at all that if I'm on trial with Miss Kelman and she does be my lawyer and I do get convicted, and if she don't listen to me, to think that I would do something to Miss Kelman is absurd. And if I said something personally about myself, I wouldn't do that. and I and I think that nobody believes.
Sidebar. You just said, I want one of you fools to come to my platform and tell me that in my face. You just to point your little fingers, the chicken fingers, but you wouldn't do that. You're gonna go. I'm gonna say that was a younger 30-year-old man at that time. You know what I'm saying? You hear me?
It was. It was. It definitely was a younger 30-year-old man. And I've said that before on
Yes.
some of my other videos. You know, I give the benefit of the doubt that this was a young, maybe, listen, bro, maybe 30 years, 35 years did cool him down, but
Yeah.
I'm going to keep it real with you, though. I'm going to keep it real. I know a lot of niggas in the street, bro. I don't know if that's enough time to cool down what's already in you. You know what I'm saying? When you an animal, you an animal. And I don't mean this in the sense of derogatory calling him an animal. What I mean is when you born a certain way, that's just who you are, bro. You know what I'm saying? And maybe 30 years is enough to cool somebody down. So
Yeah.
he could be
Could
changed.
be. He could be changed. Bendito. Hope so.
Yeah.
But
I hope so too.
in
Because
24 hours, you
you
see what he
definitely
said.
got
I
three
wouldn't do
you
that.
definitely got 3 more years of supervision.
He
I
got
definitely
3
hope
more
you
years of
are.
supervision.
Yeah, I hope you change because you know life is different out here. You're not the same person running around with hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars to put on people's heads and this, that, and the third. And you know, there's traffic lights at every corner. There's cell towers. They going off for information. You
Yes.
know, same '80s, bro. They step out here. It won't be that easy just to take somebody out. But let's get back to this.
Get back to this.
And I think that nobody believes when I am standing here saying that now and everybody's listening to that tape. I think nobody believes that. And I think it would be somewhat, pause, I think it would be dangerous for me now to really my life completely in her hands and whatnot because I don't know if she believes it. And if she doesn't believe in me, that would never do nothing. Let me read that again. That I would never do nothing like that. How does she know if she did really give me her best? If she is worrying about what Miller may do when Miller wouldn't do nothing. So I am saying that I know I need a lawyer, and I know that I have to have a lawyer to protect my rights. But I think that we have gone so far now that beyond, what is really in Miss Kelman's heart behind what happened and whatnot. And I think that I have to concur with her application, and I think that is what I'm going to have to do. I think we would be this far. I am more worried about her feelings than I am now about my case. And that happened, that what I am saying comes from the heart. Ain't no gamesmanship. It ain't no nothing to stall nothing, because I don't know what is in your mind. I don't know what you are going to do. And so I stand today. I don't know what is going to happen. All I can do is expect what is going to happen on Monday, and so on. And so as I stand here now, I'm not doing anything. I'm really trying to protect Miss Kelman's feelings and protect everybody else, because everybody is thinking real stupid about the tape. If they knew our relationship, they would understand.
Hold on. Sidebar. What the fuck is the tape? Excuse me. What's the tape?
We're gonna get to the tape. The tape. What they talk about is gonna come out in a couple more pages. It's gonna come out.
Got you. What's
the tape? Yeah. What are you thinking now? What did you say, bro?
What the hell you
okay.
say?
Yeah. We're gonna get to it. I'm really trying to protect Miss Kelman's feelings and protect everybody else's, because everybody is thinking real stupid about the tape. If they knew our relationship, they would understand. If they heard all the tape, they wouldn't be thinking that I would do something to Miss Kelman and I had what else to say. And then he stops. Now, sidebar. I just think after hearing that, you like, you know what? You make a good point, Mr. Miller. We didn't hear all the tape, so maybe it was taken out of context, right? And not that I story after I read up to that point, but I was like, he made a good point there. Maybe they spent so much time with each other that they go back and forth with each other a certain way, but it's a rhythm, you know what I'm saying? But as we keep on reading, as we will, Miss Kelman starts and says, if I understand Mr. Miller is not prepared to have me act as his lawyer, it is my feeling, based on the conversation that we had yesterday or 2 days ago at the MCC, that I am in much more danger than I understood that I wasn't even yesterday. Here we go to this Colin Ferguson
Here we
shit.
go.
Yeah.
Boy. Here we go again. Sideboy, here we go again. Mr. Miller.
Crazy. I would not stand next to a defendant, and I will not represent a defendant who can say with a straight face to this court that a tape recorded conversation in which he says that I am going to delete the explicitives, that he is going to hurt me, and that he was going to readjust certain parts of my physical anatomy, and that he says he is serious about it. And he said he is serious at least 4 times during the course of that conversation. He is prepared to stand in front of this court and negotiate with court. I don't know about this court. He can't negotiate with me. I was put in real fear for my life. It was supposed to say life, it says live. That is why I went to the United States government. This is not the first time I felt that about Mr. Miller. That was the first time I felt it was appropriate to bring it to the court's attention on the record, and I did. And I did it in a way that I thought it would be insulate, that it would insulate Mr. Miller. But I am not negotiating about this. This is about negotiations for co-counsel position. Mr. Miller, as he says, I said, is a control freak, and a control freak put me in serious jeopardy for my safety because any moment Mr. Control Freak can blow his lid again and call me all kinds of names and yell at me and threaten my safety, and maybe next time send me some crack addict out. It says maybe next time send some crack addict out into the streets to make sure that I don't disobey him or disrespect him again. Sidebar.
Sidebar, Mr. Miller. Now, you did say for us to get some paperwork. You said that, Mr. Miller. We're getting the paperwork, and this is what we're reading. I'll be fair in my life too. Yo, yo, he was gonna hurt her. This is on tape, bro. This is Mr. Miller. This is on tape. This is something. This is a behavior. We're not. This is a weird behavior. So when you don't get your way, you have temper tantrums, and her feeling is you're a very dangerous person. I just sat you sit up there for 20 minutes. I'm reading you pleading to the court that you changed in 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? I've changed my position on how I think. Yo, son, 24 hours. Yo, me and her clash sometimes. She's a good person. I'm a control freak. She's a control freak. Her rebuttal was, yo, he threatened my life. I'm scared. What would make you think, Prince, somebody that you just threatened to tear their bodies and their personal bodies in pieces, that they're gonna sit by you and fight for your freedom? You know what I'm saying?
In my opinion, he had been living like this for so long, where he gets, he handles things a certain way, and that's why I keep reminding him, because even though I wasn't on that phone call, but I hear things and it's like, yo, he wants to know where people live. He wants addresses, all these things. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, he's used to dealing with, he's still used to handling things how he did late 80s, early 90s. Yo, I'm just going to kill a person if I don't agree with them. Yo, bro. Allegedly. And I'm not saying that was his thoughts. Although, what I'm saying is there's a pattern here.
So I want to ask you a question. You're my lawyer. Mm-hmm. Me and you have a discussion about a strategy in the case. You go, Zeke, that's not a good idea. I go to tell you, well, fuck, F you. And if you don't do what I want to do, you're going to pop up missing. Huh? How would you take that? I got your address. I got 4 or 5 custodies on deck. You think it's a game? If you think that parole officer, that cop, that person at the Chinese restaurant, you think I'm a game? You think it's a game?
Nah, yo, I'm gonna keep it real. These type of people, that's why they made jails, bro. Because you can't have a hothead out on the streets. Like, you never know what's going to happen, bro. It was suppose he's having a real bad day. His favorite cousin died of cancer, something like that. You bump up against this nigga's new Jordans or something, you think it's a game, nigga? Like, these are hotheads, bro. He's taking your license plate and he's sending somebody over to your crib, bro.
Yo, do you see? What I just read was, when he spoke, he said, in 24 hours, I couldn't sleep. And that's what you came up with? I'm not pro se, but I'm pro se. Yo, we bump heads. Huh? You changed it. So 24 hours, you don't want to dismember her. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? You don't want to, you're not spazzing out. Mind you, the most dangerous part about this conversation is you're saying this in a recorded room. I feel her on this one. It wasn't like he said this in private. You're saying this with full confidence on the recording, bro. You hear me?
Yeah,
You didn't care. And her brain was, if he could say that, with this device playing, he didn't care, bro. You know
He
what I mean?
did. He didn't. Yo, and let's just go back to the environment at that time, right? So we got Officer Rooney, was it right? Officer Brian
Yes.
was.
Yep.
Okay, we got Rooney,
Yep.
which we're not saying he had anything to do with that. But I'm just talking about the mind state
Mind state.
of the people of people in this environment at this time. That's all I'm just saying, right?
Yeah.
So the environment is like, yo, cops is getting killed.
CEOs is getting killed.
Witnesses is getting killed. Like nobody's off the table, bro.
Yeah.
Nobody's off the table.
And guy at the store, he get hit because he made too many.
The Guyanese guy who came over here and he always wanted to make it to America. All he did was he's like, yo, I want to buy a house. He buys a house in one of the nicest areas in Queens. But guess what? They selling crack outside. He does what he's supposed to do. He calls the police. Yo, they selling crack outside my house. They find out it was him that called the police. They try to firebomb his house 2-3 times.
Yeah, crazy.
So I don't know why the average person says, yeah, but that's a real nigga right there. Like our minds is messed up and warped too, bro.
Son. Yo, from a street perspective, what? Come on, bro.
Yeah. Don't get certain niggas on the line. They be like, yo, I'm a street nigga too. I'm a jail nigga, you know what I'm saying? So from my perspective, you know what I'm saying, he was doing. And these is broke street people too, right? They so proud to be jail niggas. They so proud to be street niggas, but they broke. How you broke and you a street nigga? You might as well get a job so you're not broke no more.